Welcome, Accelerators. We are in Module 3 still, where you are accrediting yourself as the expert you are, Part 3. And in our deeper dive in this workbook, which is Workbook 7, you're going to be exploring your ideal self and your ideal life. This is not a fillable workbook. When you get down there, you will see it does have instructions, and there is a wheel of life that we're working with, and how you go about doing the work is up to you. So far, if you have really been doing a deep dive, not looking at this like homework, because it's not homework. And I told you when you signed up, this is not busy work. This is real deal, hardcore, deep self work. So if you checked your ego in at the door, and you're really going for it, not thinking of this at all, like homework that you just need to get done for Teresa, homework that you just need to get done for this course, for this class, or whatever, to be ready for your next coaching session. If you're approaching it that way, I guarantee you are not going to get out of it what you need to get out of it to pull off positioning yourself as the expert you are. You will 100% discover that expert that you are. Look up the word expert in the dictionary. You will become an inner authority. Look up the word authority in the dictionary. You will become a legendary expert. Look up the word legend and legendary in the dictionary, right? All the words in this course are highly intentional. You want this. Get it. Do the deep work, all right? So by now, those of you who are really doing the deep dive, you are going into these workbooks. And again, they're not worksheets, they're workbooks. These books that contain the work, deep work, however you do it. Whether you write it down in the workbook, or you do it someplace else. Maybe you have it in a Google Drive, Google Doc, or a spreadsheet, something else, whatever. But you got to do all the pieces. Do not skip steps. And when I say trust the process, I know it will work for those of you who are following deeply the steps. You are going there with yourself to do the deep work. And by now, those of you who are reporting to me that you're there, you're doing the steps, you are having breakdowns. You are having breakthroughs, right? I laugh because I've been there before, like when tears are welling up and you're having these epiphanies and you're feeling like you're coming home to yourself and you're feeling like, I get it, right? Or I understand, I see my vision, I know what I'm here for, I know what this work is, I know what I am, I know who I am to my people, I know the results I can deliver, I know the transformations, right? It is really bigger than what you imagine unless you go deep into this work, right? Most of you are trained professional coaches, trained in the art and science of transformation, but now when you mix that with all these other pieces that we're doing in the deep dive, how you apply coaching or the coach approach in your whole entire business enterprise will be unique to all the other coaches out there, okay? So there is a piece of the homework where you are actually doing some work as the assignment, but the secret mission also is to apply it outward. You're going to be asked to be, in some ways, and you'll find out how, your ideal self, living your ideal life. So from the day you finish that workbook and start moving on, so basically tomorrow, live it, be it. This is about attracting your ideal client, right? Let's not take that lightly. Ideal client, ideal. Like attracts like. So we want to be it. We want to be that which we are attracting to ourselves, right? So we want to be our ideal self, living our ideal life, right? So we're connecting into our future self, connecting to your future visions of your life. You're going to be starting to live it more and more every day. I even love following Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, where before you go to bed every night, you are actually being grateful for all that you experienced that day that was your point B from the point A you were getting to. And then you go to sleep that night imagining all the ideals of your life. This is not about fantasy land. Like, this is about seriously using your neural net to imagine. The brain doesn't know the difference between present and future. And I tell you, the unconscious, subconscious, saboteurs, limiting beliefs, small self, all the conditioning, all the messaging that we've had all our life, it is the thing. All that together is the thing that keeps coaches from being the legendary experts that they're here to be. It keeps you being common. I've intentionally done the work in the workbooks that help you get out of it. Helps you get out of it. So you're doing the work, you're reprogramming your brain, letting go of the old, bringing in the new. So with Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, for example, you could look at Create Your Day on YouTube. Create Your Day video. He has about a 2-minute video. Or you can follow him on Instagram. Love following him. You can even imagine that future self. Imagine those aspects of your ideal life, and then feel the feeling. Let the emotions, let the feelings absorb. Feel them. The brain won't know the difference. The more and more we do that, we will wake up feeling like we are our future self. We will bridge that gap, right? Okay, I'm not going to go into that much more. I will stop. But here's the deal. I wanted to give you an invite to check in right now with how deep you're going. Do you feel, if you know what I'm talking about when I say this, I know you've arrived in the place you need to be with the workbooks. If you aren't feeling it, you either need to go in and do a deeper dive and just be like, oh yeah, I did it. Like, yeah, like I did it. Like, yeah, I did that work. Yeah, and I got all these things I'm doing. No, this is like, you will know what I'm talking about if you've done it to that level. If you have worked at that level and you're having the breakthroughs and you want to go deeper, I'm going to tell you a couple more resources that are some of my favorites. If you feel like you haven't gone deep enough and you're not feeling it this deep, go back, or here are a couple of more resources. Now, I really like to give you free resources because I didn't want you to have to pay for anything, but I'm going to tell you a couple more that really I think can be super beneficial. One is Wealth Dynamics. For example, I learned in Wealth Dynamics Entrepreneur Profile. They also have a wealth assessment that tells you where you are as far as in your wealth relationship with life and the amount of money you're making. That's not what I'm talking about. This is a Entrepreneur Profile by Wealth Dynamics. It's about $95. I learned from it, for example, that I am a star, and that meant that I am a dynamo and a supporter. It means I'm a massive creator, and I'm a massive supporter. And so when I create for people and support them together, I am what's called a star. And that means I need to be out in the front line. And I also learned from my Strengths Finder that 3 of my 5 are influencers. So I learned very much as I put all these things together, but the Wealth Dynamics is what really hit it home for me with a long readout of all this. I needed to be out in the front, and I need to be out in videos, and I need to be like right here, right? And so I knew if I don't do those things, I'm not going to be successful. So if you really want to know even more, like, what is your natural makeup as an entrepreneur? What are your strengths? So you can play with them, and it will even tell you what not to do. I know not to be too much in routine. I know not to be scripted. I haven't done these videos with scripts. I can have props around me. You know, if I have different props around me, I guess I don't really have any in this moment. If I have props around me, I mean, even these are a prop, actually. Like, these tune me in and remind me of things. I have a dry erase board here. If I have different objects around the room that are intentional, and when I look around and I see them, they will cue me in about what I want to speak about. But if I have a script in front of me, I'm never scripted. I've learned from reading my Wealth Dynamics, that does not work for me. I'm not as magnetic. My soul isn't talking, right? That's not how I do this. I don't commune and connect and have the same presence and trust and intimacy and all of that I create with my people. So Wealth Dynamics Entrepreneur Profile would be I would say a really great one for you. If you want to know what it looks like before you buy, and I'm not affiliated with it, I probably need to be in the future when I go automated and have my school more full-blown online. But for now, if you want to see what mine looks like, just message me and we can hop on a call for like 5-10 minutes and I'll show you my results so you can see what it's like. The second would be, if you have not done human design, it's also called body graphs. Amazing, just amazing. And you also get a very full out report with that as well. That one helps you to understand the different cycles of life. It also helps you understand your energy systems in your body. It's you know, you could think of it like astrology that has transits and a lot of different pieces that all go together, but this is like the same but in your actual body. So it has to do with how you came in, and it's like the spirit of you being in this body, how you communicate, how you connect, how you respond and relate to the world. So anyway, it's again complex, high level, but really, really amazing. And again, if you want to see what my results look like, it depends on where you get that. I think I've paid $25 for a report. I've paid $40 for a report before. There's also a book you can use and lots of info online. Third would be Enneagram. Enneagram, in my opinion, can be hit or miss depending on how you do it. If you take a quiz online, I would make sure you do the real deal, which is 144 questions. And after you take that, if you get your after you do 144 questions and you get results, you can just let me know what your results are and I will help you with the books I have, give you a great readout. That would give you a readout to let you know basically a couple different ways you operate. For example, I'm a helper and I have an artist wing and a leader wing. That means when I am being my ideal self, I am an artist. I am completely creating from an altruistic way. For example, I just radiate it. I have no limiting beliefs. I'm in service to my people and there's no ego. I love them. I adore them. I will do anything for them. It's just an amazing loyalty. I radiate it and I know everything is in flow, not feeling stuck at all. When I'm a little bit lower, like I'm not my ideal self, maybe I'm really tired, I've traveled, like I just did 3 virtual days in LA and I pulled doubles or triples after working all week, and so I was getting tired. So Monday I could see I was slipping into my leader self. Instead of my artist, I was my leader self, which means I'm more task oriented. I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I know I gotta do these things. I'm charging forward, doing the tasks, but I'm not as slowly present and aware, right? And so I can know ahead of time when I'm gonna slip in and out of them. I can look at observations of myself to know when I'm slipping in and out, right? So if you want to get into some deeper dives, I would say those 3 are some really great resources to go to a deeper level. Message me if you're having any questions. You do not have to wait till your session. If you want to just hit me up and let me know what's going on, tell me celebrations. You guys have been messaging me. I love it. Tell me your breakthroughs. Tell me what you're experiencing. Let me know what questions you are having, okay? So jump down in to workbook 7 and explore more fully your ideal self and your ideal life to help you attract the ideal clients at the level you want to attract them.